Hello, my name is Dr. Nathan Bryan, an international expert in nitric oxide biochemistry and physiology. I spent more than 25 years in the basic sciences. I have a bachelor's science degree in biochemistry, PhD from LSU School of Medicine in molecular and cellular physiology. Published over 100 peer-reviewed papers in the scientific literature, translated basic science into clinical medicine. You've heard me say that the food that's grown in America today has 78% less nutrients than the same vegetable, same food grown 60 years ago in the 1940s and the 50s. The question I always get is, how do we overcome that? Well, listen up, because I'm going to show you and tell you how you can overcome the nutrient deficiencies in the American food supply. So since the 1940s, we've known through published data that food grown in America, we don't raise food today the same way we did in the early 1900s, even in the 1940s. We used to do crop rotation to replete missing nutrients from certain foods that extracted nutrients from the soil. Then by crop rotating, we would plant vegetables or crops that repleted those nutrients. Today, we don't do crop rotation anymore in big ag to grow the food that we eat in America today. And so the consequences of that is we're depleting the soil of basic micronutrients. And in this world of organic, where no herbicides, no pesticides, but also to get an organic label in the US, you're not allowed to add basic fertilizers, nitrogen-based fertilizers to the soil. And without nitrogen in the soil, we can't assimilate other nutrients. The other major problem is herbicides and pesticides that deplete the soil microbiome of the basic bacteria that fix nutrients into the roots, into the plants, into the stems and the leaves of the vegetable or the plant grown. So how do we do this? I grow my own food. I'm very fortunate to live on 800 acres out in the middle of Texas. We raise our own beef. We have our own gardens twice a year, spring and a fall garden. And you can do this even if you have limited resources. If you live in an urban or suburban area. Just these pots, these plants you can grow on your back porch. Do soil analysis. Take the soil, the potting soil, send it off to your local U.S. Department of Agriculture office. They'll tell you what that soil has in it. They'll tell you what the soil doesn't have. And then you can now do specific remineralization. Add to the soil what's missing. And now when you grow your vegetables, when you grow your plants, they have everything they need. So now you're eating these vegetables that you've grown with no herbicides, no pesticides. They're nutrient dense, and you can do this in your backyard. I have a family of 4. I grow enough vegetables in a 1/4 acre garden to feed my family of 4 and 3 to 4 other families. So you don't need really vast resources to do this. You can do it in your backyard, but just understand the principles of agronomy. Replete the soil with missing nutrients, no herbicides, no chemicals, no pesticides, and the food you eat will be nutrient dense and address one of the hallmarks of chronic disease, which is nutrient deficiency. So if you like this, stay tuned, tune in, subscribe to our channel with more helpful information.